Joining us in the studio right now is, if I can say it, a living legend in the world of TV, the man behind shows like Survivor, Apprentice. Perhaps you've heard of The Voice, Shark Tank. He's with us right now, my friend Mark Burnett. Mark, welcome.
Hey, good to see you.
Are you really the man behind these incredible shows?
You know, I should be the man as your wardrobe man, because honestly, you look amazing.
Really?
You're very dandy.
It's incredible that you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to praise your clothes.
Maybe I should be doing a fashion show next.
Yes,
Eric
right.
McTax's fashion
Well, you
show.
know, Tim Gunn is my mentor.
There you go.
Yeah. You have created all the shows that I mentioned, which are smash hits. So let me ask you, I'm sure most people at home are wondering, how did you come to do what you're doing?
Oh, that's too long for this segment. But the interesting thing probably is in North America is very much opportunity available. And
wait. You mean also in Canada?
Yes, I think also in Canada.
Really?
Yes.
Because they don't have the free market system that we have here.
Yeah, but you know, I do believe that all North America is so much full of opportunity.
Yeah.
And here's a guy, I didn't go to college, I was in the Army, came out to America, I worked as a housekeeper / nanny in Beverly Hills. I sold T-shirts on Venice Beach. I sold insurance. I tried all kinds of things. And the environment in North America encourages you to take risks.
Yes.
And people are okay with you trying something and it doesn't work. Try something else.
Yeah.
And I ended up lumbering along into making a bunch of TV shows, which has turned out very well. And it was those TV shows' success that gave me the privilege and opportunity to get to make the Bible TV series with my wife, Roma. If we hadn't have had the other shows and Roma's Touched by an Angel, we wouldn't have got the chance.
Did you get pushback initially when you said, I want to make a big Bible miniseries?
It wasn't so much pushback, at least not obvious to Roma and I, but people did realize that the audience could be large. They know that we're believers and therefore would make the Bible an authentic television experience. Nancy Dubuque, who runs History Channel, within the first 30 minutes of a meeting with Roma and I discussing this, said, OK, we will do this. This works for history. There's a sense of history to it. It's a sacred text. Billions of people around the world love the story of the Bible. And it'd be great to be updated and done fresh and raw and of this time for young people. And of course, you have to know, many people said, come on, guys, you're crazy. No one is going to watch the Bible on primetime American TV.
I think that common sense would say that Americans would watch this. But you would think that the people in Hollywood would not get that as readily as you said the people at the History Channel did. I mean, I'm impressed that they were able to see that, because it just seems that they typically are so secular, they cannot imagine that there's a heartland of hundreds of millions of people, at least 200 million people, that are looking for this kind of programming.
You know, sometimes that would have been the case. I would tell you the opposite is true right now.
It's changing.
2014. The Bible series, each Sunday at 8 o'clock when it came on, it garnered around 13 million viewers on average. The repeats were garnering 3 to 4 million. Then it aired on Lifetime Network and got 2 million. All totaled, over about 6 weeks, it garnered 100 million viewers in America. It became the #1 show in Canada. It went to Australia, which is even more secular. Of the 20 million Australians, 10 million of them watched the Bible. It then went #1 in Hong Kong.
I know that I watched it twice, but the reason I watched it a second time because I wanted to make sure that Samson was a Rastafarian. It was very important. I said, did I dream that? Sure enough, there he was. In the Bible series, the one thing that I noticed, I want to ask you creatively, the decisions that you made, why you would tell it this way, why you would cast it that way. In the scene where Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead, in the biblical text, of course, Jesus is outside the tomb and he says, Lazarus, come forth. And in your version of it, you had him go into the tomb. Why did you choose to to promote heresy. No, why did you choose to go in that direction? Was there some artistic reason? Or because I thought I've got to ask you.
It was for dramatic and artistic license. We shot it various ways, and the one we loved the most was just when Jesus leaned down and kissed his forehead and opened his eyes, and Lazarus immediately, in the same timing, opened his eyes.
Right.
And remember, we made the Bible series. Yes, believers watched, but it really was made for people who didn't know the story. And our job wasn't to preach or necessarily even teach. It was to emotionally connect. What happened as a result of that? Millions of people, for the first time, connected with Jesus. And with other biblical figures. We know, for example, Rick Warren told us that over that 6-week run, 3,000 people found Jesus and were baptized at Saddleback.
I thought you were going to say Rick Warren became a Christian as a result of watching this.
3,000.
That's amazing. Well, it's a funny thing because, you know, people assume that whenever you're doing something biblical that you're proselytizing or something, but the reality is that Hollywood, obviously, forever has been doing things like this until recently. So at what point did you decide to take all of this tremendous amount of footage and cut a movie, a feature film? Did you know when you were filming the Bible miniseries that this was your end game, or was this something that occurred to you in the midst of the process of making the miniseries? As
we were shooting the Bible, we realized on screen that Diogo Morgado, the beautiful Portuguese actor who portrayed Jesus, and my wife Roma Downey, who portrayed Mary, his mother, the chemistry was just electric on the screen. And we were watching rough cuts during filming, and Roma and I said to each other, you know, this really should be a big film. This is so good. I don't think I've ever seen anything on Jesus quite like this. And we said, let's make a movie. Let's shoot more, and let's make a movie. And of course, just like with the series, people said, come on, you're never going to get that in the theaters. There's no way to get distribution of this. And in fact, 20th Century Fox stepped up and gave us a very wide release. So we believe the movie Son of God is going to have a huge, profound impact globally. And it will cause people to get to know Jesus, and it will change lives in ways Rome and I will never really even know. I believe billions will see this over the next 3-4 decades.
And the best thing is it's not in Aramaic.
Right, but it could be. We could put subtitles.
That was a tough decision.
But we're going to go the other way. We'll put Aramaic subtitles for those who want it.
Well, but just a real joy to have you. Thank you for being here. Good luck with the movie, although I don't believe in luck. And we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.